Namaste everyone. In this video we will understand about conditional statements. So conditional statements are used to perform certain actions depending on whether they fulfill a specific condition or not. So let's directly come to example. Suppose we have a variable var. So here what has happened? We have a variable var and the value of this variable is brain. It is a string. And we have two conditions. The first condition is associated with if keyword and the second condition is associated with else keyword. So the first condition says that if the value of the variable var is equal to brain, then this should be the output. And point to be noted, this operator is used to compare if two values are equal to each other or not. And then this is the first condition, and then we have the else keyword. So if none of the conditions written above are satisfied, then that action directly goes into the else keyword. So here our first condition was satisfied. The value of the variable is equal to brain. That's why this is the output. If the value of the variable would be something else like brains, then this would have been the output. Before moving to the next example, let's have a look at the syntax. Here we have the if keyword, and after the if keyword we have our condition, and after the condition we have the colon, and then we have to go to the next line, and the space here is that of one tab. If you will press the tab button for just once, it will give you the required space. And then after pressing the tab button, you will have to write down the output that you want to be displayed. And then you have the else keyword, colon, and then the output. Now let's move on to the next example. Yeah. So here we have a variable num, and the value of this variable is 6, which is an integer. And then we have the if keyword and the else keyword. The condition with the if keyword says that if the value of the variable num is equal to 6, then this should be the output. If none of the conditions written above are satisfied, then the action will go into the else category, and this will be the output displayed. So here the value of our variable was equal to num. That's why we have this output. If the value of the variable would be something less than 6, like 1, then this would have been our output, or 100, then again incorrect. Let's check with a negative value. Yeah. So now we are familiar with if else keyword. Now let's move on to the elif keyword. Till now we have dealt with only two conditions. But what if we want to deal with more than two conditions, like three conditions or four conditions? Then in that case we will have to use elif keyword. So here we have a variable num, and the value of this variable is equal to 10. So the first condition says that if the value of the variable num would have been greater than 10, then this would have been the output. The second condition associated with elif keyword says that if the value of the variable num would have been equal to 10, then this would have been the output. And the else category, if none of the conditions written above were satisfied, then that action would have fallen into the the else category. So here the value of the variable is num, the value of the variable num is equal to 10. So this has fallen into the elif category. So this is the output. If the value of num would have been 100, so this is the output. Here the value of the variable is 100 and it has fallen into the if category, that is it satisfies the first condition. If the value of the variable would have been 1, then this would have been the output. Why this is the output? Because the first condition says that the value of the variable should be greater than 10. But the value of the variable is 1, which is less than 10. So this is not possible. The first condition is not going to be satisfied. The second condition says that the value of the variable should be equal to 10, but the value of the variable is 1. So this condition is also not satisfied. And then we have the else category, which says that if none of the conditions written above are satisfied, then this will be the output. If the value of the variable would have been a negative integer, then also we would have this as the output. Now let's come to pass keyword. Yeah. So here we have two variables. The value of the first variable is brain, and the value of the second variable is also brain. So the first condition says that if the value of the two variables written above are equal, then it should print right. So this is the output we have received. If the value of the variable would not be same, like this, yeah, like the value of the second variable is brains, then nothing would have happened. Why? Because in the else category we have written pass keyword. So pass keyword basically does nothing. It is used as a dummy placeholder. If I would have written something else in place of pass, like, you see, now we have this as an output, this as an output. Why? Because the two variables, they don't have the same values. That is why we have wrong as our output. If I would have written pass, then there would have been no output. So pass statement is ignored by Python interpreter and can always be seen as a null statement. Now let us understand about string comparison. So when we are comparing strings, we should keep in mind these three rules. So the first rule says that strings can be equal, greater than, or less than, which means when we are comparing two strings, the two strings can be equal to each other. One of them can be greater than the another, or it can be less than the another. The second rule says that if we go alphabetically, then A will be considered lesser than B, which means a letter which comes next is always considered greater than its preceding letter. For example, if we go like A, B, C, D, E, F, so B will be considered greater than A, C will be considered greater than B, D will be considered greater than C, and so on. And the third rule says that if we compare uppercase and lowercase, then the small letters will always be considered greater than the uppercase letters. Let us take some examples to understand this. Yeah. So here we have two variables. Var is apple and var1 is mango. So our first condition says that if var1 is greater than var. So let's check. The first letter of var1 is M and the first letter of var is A. So if we go alphabetically and apply rule number 2, then we come to know that the letter which comes next is always considered greater than its preceding letter. So M comes after A. That's why var1 is greater than var, and we have this result, right? In this case, we will have no output. Why? Because the first condition says that if var1 is greater than var. So here the first letter of var1 is M and the first letter of var is Z. So is Z greater than M? No. Then it will go to the else statement. So else statement has pass as its keyword, which means it will do nothing. Yeah. So here also we have two variables. The first variable is apple, where the first letter is a small letter, and the second variable is also apple, where the first letter is capital. And if we look at the first condition, it says if var is greater than var1, which means it is asking to it. It is saying if the variable 1, the first variable, is greater than the second variable. So let's check. According to our rule number 3, the letters which are in lower case are always considered greater. So here the first letter of apple is small and here the first letter of apple is capital. That's why the first variable var will be greater than the second variable var1. That's why we have the output yes. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.